Hi, I'm Maisie and you're watching Coast Community News 5 at 5, July 16th. And no, football didn't come home. Coming up this week, COVID lockdown extended, wall of remembrance at Kariong, regional identity confusion, and Gosford's Rhythm Hut reminisces on pre-lockdown days. With Wednesday's announcement of a 2-week extension to the COVID lockdown, Parliamentary Secretary for the Central Coast, Adam Crouch, said he would call on New South Wales Health to consider the coast's exclusion from the restrictions.
The New South Wales Government, based on the health advice, would provide information on the extension of the lockdown. And it always hurts to say this, but we need to extend the lockdown at least a further 2 weeks, from Friday the 16th of July to Friday the 30th of July. That includes home learning.
Yes, economic support measures. The New South Wales Government has announced a comprehensive economic support package worth apparently billions of dollars on July 13 this week, aimed at helping businesses and people right across the state fight through the current COVID lockdown. Here's what the State Treasurer, Dominic Perrottet, had to say.
We're also providing support for micro businesses as part of the package today. Those businesses with a turnover of less than $75,000 but greater than $30,000 will have received a turnover reduction of 30%. During this period of time will receive a payment of $1,500 per fortnight, starting from week 1 of the lockdown period until the completion. In addition to that, we will also be providing support for tenants, commercial tenants and retail tenants. We will be mandating that there'll be no lockouts or evictions during this period of time, and any rent reduction from landlords to their tenants in that space, we will provide a rebate or discount in relation to land tax payable from that landlord to the state.
2 Central Coast parents are this week dealing with the unimaginable heartache after their 5-week-old baby was mauled to death by the family's pet dog. Emergency services were called to the Kariong home in the early hours of Sunday morning, following reports a newborn had been attacked by a 6-year-old American Staffordshire Terrier. Here's our reporter Sky Hull with more details.
A young life taken too soon. The Kariong community mourning the loss of one of its own after a newborn baby boy died on the weekend after being mauled by the family's pet dog.
A call was received in relation to a dog attack on a young 5-week-old baby boy in Jeff's Close at Kariong.
Emergency services were called to the Kariong home in the early hours of Sunday morning, following reports an infant had been attacked by a 6-year-old American Staffordshire Terrier. CPR was performed on the child, but sadly the infant could not be revived and died at the scene.
And our thoughts are certainly with the parents, the family, friends, and also the first responders involved in this incident. This is a matter of tragic proportions.
The dog was seized by Central Coast Council and has since been put down. The tragic attack is still under investigation.
And we'll be making a report to the coroner. The matter is not considered to be suspicious.
Meanwhile, tributes are flowing to the family, with a memorial site set up at the tennis courts at Kariong Hall. A crowdfunding campaign for the family is currently being organised. Our condolences. Sky Hull, Central Coast News.
Confusion reigns over the regional status of the Central Coast, with federal member for Robertson, Lucy Wicks, launching a petition calling for the LGA to be declared a standalone region, although 2 state MPs reminding her this week that we already are. So are we a region?
I am calling for the Central Coast to become known as a region in its own right. It really is time. We've got our own unique identity. We have a medical school, a medical university in the heart of Gosford, opening this month with students pouring through the doors. We've got 340,000 residents, more than that, the size of the population of Hobart, for instance. It's really time for the Central Coast not to be known as Greater Sydney or as the Hunter or the Central Coast and Hunter or Metropolitan Outer Sydney. We're not Greater Sydney, we're not the Hunter, we're not even Newcastle, we are the Central Coast.
Facts are that after a long campaign, right back 11 years ago in 2010, New South Wales Labor actually declared the Central Coast a standalone region. It's actually written into the New South Wales Environmental Planning and Assessment Act. But Subsequently, Liberal governments have undermined that and not included it in its general policies. So what we need now is for government departments to properly recognise what we legislated right back in 2010.
Well, the New Zealand / Central Coast Warriors have departed their Terrigal homes on the way this week to the Gold Coast. Let's check out what some of the team members had to say. And former Unmina Bunnies junior Nico Hines got the call-up for the New South Wales Blues this week. The Melbourne Storm utility player was named in Brad Fittler's 18-man squad for Wednesday night's State of Origin match on the Gold Coast. Whilst the 25-year-old didn't get a run, Hines said that he was grateful for the experience and was looking forward to joining Cronulla Sharks next season. That's it.
Thanks, Dave. Wow, how about that storm today? Seems like it really came out of nowhere. Thankfully, it's back to blue skies over the weekend, with a little bit of rain predicted for tomorrow. Starting off on the coast, Saturday is shaping up to be a cool one, with a top of 15 and a low of 10. It'll be partly cloudy with a 30% chance of rain, and there will also be a cool breeze heading northwesterly from 20 to 30 k's in the morning. On Sunday, the high will be 18 with a chilly low of 8, and thankfully it'll be sunny with westerly winds ranging from 15 to 20 k's throughout the day. Moving now to Mangrove Mountain, where on Saturday it'll be 12 and partly cloudy with a low of 7, and on Sunday it'll be sunny with 16 as the high with a low of 3. Unfortunately, it looks like the rain will be returning throughout the week ahead, with temps sitting in the mid-teens. Back to you, Maisie.
Thanks, Harry. All of these stories and thousands more can be found on our website or in this week's Coast Community News, Coast Community Chronicle and the Pelican Post. Remember to subscribe to all of our socials for updates throughout the week, and keep an eye out for Sky Hall's daily video updates online and across our social media pages. We leave you today with a wrap up on the Rhythm Hut in Gosford, who have been reminiscing during lockdown on their socials, reminding Hutters of what's in store once lockdown has ended. This recording is from the legendary Ash Grunwald visit. We hope you have a safe weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Well, somebody knocking on